what's good?
No way, what's up?
How you been?
Good.
All right, that's what's up. I see you've been up to a lot. Oh, you saw that VR Drake concert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, wait, is that a strike on your account?
Oh, it's just one.
No,
You know,
I'm sorry, we can't be friends.
but just one strike?
Yep. Now wait until you can't buy stuff because you offended the wrong group of people. That right there is the epitome of central bank digital currencies that are coming soon to a society near you. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Drew Kadowski here of wearechange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely wild and bewildering news to get into today, as of course our society let's just be honest here, is not doing too well as it's being run by sociopathic, insane, crazy individuals that clearly have too much power and are sowing chaos in our modern day civilization, which is in decline. Lots of news of people trying to be counseled for expressing concern over those ideas. We're going to be talking about them, all the latest news here in this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Atlas. Ma'am, excuse me. Thank you very much. A little bit more. Little bit more, please. Other side. Thank you very much. That right there is my co-host. Your support of this show goes to getting her more treats. The clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast, I saw randomly shared on some Telegram channels, but it looks like it was made by @Matronade. I don't know exactly who created this content, but it is absolutely well made, incredibly important in subject matter, as we are slowly moving towards a total control grid technocratic society where every little move you make is going to be criticized, databased, and used against you. If you guys know the creators, the original creators of this video, please let me know down in the comment section below, so we could tribute them correctly. This as we are living in an ever bigger police state where, of course, woke district attorneys financed by secretive billionaires that you can't even mention here on this broadcast are literally creating a two-tier justice system that punishes people based off their own political beliefs, ideology, and the smallest of infractions like smoking a cigarette in a park, which it took 8 New York City Police Department officers to, of course, intervene on, as there's a viral video of them cuffing a businessman for smoking in public. Yes, you heard that correctly. The man doesn't even look like he's inside of the park. He looks like he's on the sidewalk of the park. And yes, you smoke and don't have your identification on you, you're going to jail, punk. You loot, destroy, and burn down an entire city block. Well, that's totally fine. That's called racial justice. That cigarette, though, is really bad for you. So we're going to imprison you, put you in a cell, extort and steal some of your money, all, of course, for your safety. Duh. This, as of course, it's not just the state that robs you of your wealth and personal sensitive information and data that they use against you. It's also many private corporate entities. As today, we're also finding out that 3 major tax prep finance services have been sharing, quote, an extraordinary amount of sensitive data about their clients to Facebook and Meta, the online social media giant that already spies on you and knows when you're about to poop before you do, which now even have more data on tens of millions of Americans that they could use for their already implemented social credit score system that many people don't even know about, and of course is also correlated with selling you crap that you don't need from places like China where slave-made goods are made and produced. All of this as this is a shocking breach of private information that has been handed over to big tech that is able to do whatever they want with it. As of course, Meta and Facebook have previously conducted psychological experiments on unsuspecting users of their platform, manipulating their emotions for, quote, scientific research. Yeah, right. There's a reason In-Q-Tel helped start Facebook and other major social media companies there. This as no one's data is safe, as the Washington Post is reporting today that the Chinese have also successfully hacked U.S. government emails through the Microsoft cloud, highlighting how essentially nothing is sacred or private anymore, especially if it's online. This as Elon Musk has just officially launched X.AI, a new company founded by him that, of course, is going to be working on artificial intelligence that, quote, is set to understand the universe. Yes, you heard that correctly. Maybe we'll learn if we're living in a simulation soon. As Elon Musk announced a team of advisors, engineers, researchers that he's asking to join the team in the Bay Area that will be directly competing with DeepMind, OpenAI, Microsoft, and Google's research teams when it comes to essentially creating God-like technological advancements that do have some very grave implications for the rest of the world. In related grave implications for the rest of the world, we have Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, that is on the world stage mixing up names and issuing some very interesting statements at the latest NATO summit that's happening right now in Vilnius, Lithuania. Here's some more eye-opening hits from the U.S. president today.
Soon NATO will be the 32nd freestanding, have 32 freestanding members standing together to defend our people and our territory. Beyond...
Yeah, 32, yeah, that thing. This as he also called Mr. Zelensky Vladimir and literally confused him with the president of Russia.
Vladimir and I shouldn't be so familiar. Mr. Zelensky and I...
Yeah, if there's anyone having nuclear launch codes that I feel absolute confidence in, it is that man that we definitely need 4 more years of in the White House, as of course, are you kidding me? As we're dealing with an extremely dangerous situation that many people, many historians, many political analysts, many researchers say are bringing us on the precipice of a possible world war. This as the situation in Ukraine keeps being escalated in very dangerous proportions. Henry Kissinger, by the way, just got pranked by Russian pranksters, and he even admitted that the Nord Stream pipeline was essentially blown up by the Ukrainians and Western forces, as there's even some latest tensions between Zelensky and the United States government. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all exclusively later on today on LukeUnfiltered.com, our own website where we get to say and do what we want, however we want. And we're going to have a brand new spanking video available for members right after this one, getting into some also spicy topics and spicy issues that we cannot talk about here. You guys have a lot of amazing offers of value, specifically on LukeUnfiltered.com, in real life meetups, contests, giveaways, 3 masterclasses, a forum to talk to people, members only t-shirts, and of course we work very hard towards keeping the satisfaction of our members on this particular platform. And it keeps us up and running just like our chill pills do, which you could get on takethechillpill.com, our own brand of products. We're launching a health line. We're going to be launching new products. This is our first product. It's ashwagandha. I made it our first product because it's something that I personally believe in. It's something that I personally use. It's something that has helped me deal with very difficult times during stress. And I think it could help other people. And I want to be in the business of helping, producing, manufacturing things and products that actually help propel people forward and help them. This also helps with a lot of males' fertility and testosterone, which I think, looking at what's happening in the world, a lot of men need help with. But that's beyond the point. Again, I wouldn't be working and producing something that helps people. That's why I have LukeUnfiltered.com, takethechillpill.com, and if you want to support this broadcast and be a part of it, this is the best way to take advantage of that situation. So check out those websites down in the description below. Click on them right now, and I will see you there right after this broadcast. Of course, we are not done here, as I think it's also fair to say that culturally, there also is a bigger backlash against a lot of the bigger nonsense that a lot of people are dealing with, as Yahoo Finance News is reporting that Bud Light has plummeted to the 14th place among beers, as, quote, the Anheuser-Busch CEO is pleading with consumers to drink their horrible beverage that is linked to really bad health effects and the lowering of testosterone, fluoridation of the pineal gland, as he's telling people to think about the 65,000 employees that are impacted by their boycotts, as they're literally facing backlash after trying to get small children to drink their poison drink. Yeah, the backlash there is granted and shows a larger shift in the culture war that the establishment is clearly winning. But don't worry, the establishment is taking out Megan Rapinoe, who is, a soccer player who lost to teenage boys in an exhibition match, and they're bringing her out as the spokesperson of a lot of woke stuff, and Time Magazine is promoting her heavily as she's coming out on the world stage and criticizing comedians for making people laugh, as she launched an attack against Dave Chappelle, who she says is responsible for violence against trans people, which is absolutely untrue. An emotional, hyperbolic statement that has no actual basis in our current reality, no scientific stats or events to back them up, other than just a regurgitation of establishment old talking points that she is taking out, dusting, and trying to use against a comedian that is brave enough to talk about things out loud that the majority of people are even too scared to talk about in our modern society. This, as it looks like the front line of the culture war, has also just shifted against Tucker Carlson right now, who is being heavily criticized for interviewing Andrew Tate for 2 hours and 30 minutes on his latest special on Twitter. Now, I haven't watched this entire interview, but it's also interesting to note here that Elon Musk is also being attacked for sharing the video and hosting it on his platform, as he's also being condemned for allowing an interview and ideas to be expressed that, of course, the establishment seems repugnant and doesn't like. And my response is that, too bad. If you don't like ideas, and if you think ideas are bad, counter them with good ideas. And of course, a lot of the establishment can't do that, since they essentially rule in fear, intimidation, and censorship, as they are incredibly insecure for having their beliefs challenged, which they absolutely do not like. And whatever you might think of Mr. Tate, whether you like him or not, this coordinated backlash right now against Tucker and Tate is very interesting to see, as, of course, Rolling Stone wrote an article about how Tucker Carlson gave him free reign to invent his own reality. And what are you talking about? It's a conversation between two individuals. Daily Mail writes, fury as Tucker Carlson showers Andrew Tate with praise. What? Again, I haven't watched it yet. I will be watching it. But two people expressing ideas and being respectful of each other is probably not something that the corporate media wants here, as, of course, article after article highlights how this is bad, this is horrible. And the more they criticize it, the more I want to listen to this podcast, to be completely honest here, as, of course, it's creating a Streisand effect, with The Independent even launching an article that reads, anger as Tucker Carlson drops interview with trafficking suspect Andrew. I mean, really? Come on. This, as the two discussed the current geopolitical conflict happening right now in Ukraine. They discussed the charges against Andrew Tate, what he did in jail, his mental health and under house arrest, and more importantly, the West's problems with men and migrants. As, of course, Andrew Tate does preach a message as of late, recently, essentially telling people to stop the quest for short-term gratification and adult content online, and to, of course, work hard and try to achieve something in this particular life, essentially becoming some sort of life coach, moving away from his previous business, which was in the adult industry itself, while openly bragging how he exploited men who thought that they would be seeing their next girlfriends, and they were just talking to other dudes. So yeah, there's that interesting cycle. But I think it's fair to say that when it comes to these larger issues, especially when it comes to the problems of modern man, especially when it comes to the war in Ukraine, that there is a larger disconnect that is not represented by the corporate media that does usually align themselves with messaging that is predominantly pro-war and against the establishment of strong men in our society that they want to beat down, berate, and put in their particular place. Now, the corporate media's treatment of Tate is very interesting, especially when you compare it to the treatment of Hunter Biden, who is also a flagrant degenerate, a very big drug user that, of course, the corporate media keeps trying to excuse his behavior with, as he literally also left a loaded firearm outside of a school. Now, if you look at the way that the corporate media is treating Hunter Biden to how they're treating Andrew Tate, I think it's fair to say that there's a lot of hypocrisy here, as of course both men deserve criticism, critique, but only one of them is getting it while another one is being excused for his really horrible actions that routinely get excused or ignored. Interesting how that happens. Why do you think that happens? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm going to watch this podcast. I'm going to let you guys know what I personally think about it. And at least for now, we still have the opportunity to still speak to each other and hear controversial ideas. And I think, especially in our modern day society, we need more of that than ever. If you agree, share this video with your friends and family members. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actually watching, supporting us, getting the chillpill.com, seeing the videos on lukeunfiltered.com. And because you do, that's why I'm here. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.